A sunny day in Cali. Beautiful weather for whatever outside activity you choose. For us, it's Bill Barber Park in Irvine, watching the best that softball has to offer. It's the one and only PGF as Premier Girls Fastpitch takes center stage. Get ready for some high-level softball. A whole lot of talent having a whole lot of fun. The 16U Premier Championship starts now. And welcome to Manning Stadium in Irvine, California. Premier Girls Fastpitch presents the 16U Premier National Champion, featuring the SoCal A's Mercado and the Beverly Bandits. And welcome to our broadcast booth. I'm Brett Dolan, along with Amanda Freed, the former UCLA All-American and National Champion. And Amanda, a fun contrast in this game. The SoCal A's, known for their rich tradition of success here and beyond, against the Beverly Bandits team that draws from 8 different states around the Midwest.
Well, and I think both programs have equal rights to some respect out there because they build deep in their programs. They have a reputation for sending very phenomenal athletes onto the next level. So it's going to be a tough game. The Bandits have already showed what they have to offer here in PGF this week and last week. The Athletics, same thing. Mercado has a very deep team, a lot on his roster, but they've got a lot of talent, and they're just, they're looking to come in with the championship today.
Let's take a look at the lineup for the Athletics Mercado. They're 6-0 to this point. It's Paris Chica, Lilio Garcia. Then it's Hanson, Gutierrez, Smith, Fa, Pito, Edwards, and Pylon. And they'll be going up against Brianna Pratt for the Beverly Bandits.
And that's Montana Fouts out there in the circle for the Bandits. And Fouts throws a hard ball. She likes to keep it down and off the plate, but an Alabama commit just throws the ball hard.
There's your defense. Overitis, Voss, and Ratliff, Bailey, Prangy, Steiner, and Mayo. Battery of Bays and Montana Fouts. That threw me a bit of a curveball because Montana Fouts, as we know, has certainly been outstanding in the circle, not only in this tournament, but throughout the entire summer.
So Montana Fouts is listed in the lineup as a designated player because she does hit as well. So sometimes there's some shifting around.
So Jasmine Paris Chica steps in to begin things for Athletics Mercado, and there's strike one, and we're underway. So Montana Fouts is gone 3-1. 27 hits. That's over 43 innings. In 43 innings, she's walked 3.
And struck out 57.
For good measure. Paris Chica will take that one a little bit low.
So Fouts has some good height for a pitcher, some long levers, and she'll throw the ball in the mid to upper 60s, so not a lot of time to react in the box. She likes to keep it down in the zone, but she will fiddle with that up pitch and a little changeup as well.
Paris Chica, 9 for 21 as she swings and waves at that for strike 2. You and I saw Montana Fouts earlier this year in the championship game in Austin, Texas, where she took a perfect game into the 7th inning.
Now, she was definitely fun to watch. She's got great command of the zone. She likes to attack early and often.
Paris Chica hit by that pitch, or did it hit her back? Plate umpire said it hit her back. And she'll be recalled. She's pointing to her wrist where the ball deflected, and Coach Mercado wants an explanation. Let's take a look.
We watch these slappers, how far. Look where that foot placement is, too. I think that foot's pretty much out of the box, so whether that was called foul.
To me, it looked like it got the wrist.
Yeah, it did look like it got the wrist, but my argument is that she's kind of hovering outside of that batter's box. So if you're putting your body over the plate, that could potentially have gone in there for a strike. Probably not at that height, but you have to stay in the box.
There's a wave and a miss. So instead of a leadoff base runner, Montana Fouts gets another strikeout, her 58th of the tournament.
They're going tight inside. Fouts goes with that outside pitch. Gets Paris Chica waving. And you're more reluctant to stand there and take that inside pitch after you've just gotten hit. So it's a good option to go away.
Here's Lilio, the second baseman. And she'll take strike one. She has 7 hits and scored 6 runs so far in this tournament. University of Oklahoma commit as part of our 16U Premier National Championship game. You look at the Bandits in their dugout. They had to win 9 straight games to get here. They have played 11 games total, 10-1 so far. I think if Montana Fouts would go the distance in a 7-inning game today, she would have thrown 50 innings in this tournament.
That's a lot of innings.
That's a summer for a lot of girls.
Well, some teams only had to complete 5-6 games.
Fouts, the Alabama commit, gets back-to-back strikeouts to start the game.
Very similar pitch to what Paris Chica got, that pitch that tails down and away from the lefty. And even though those left-handed hitters have their foot way up on that box, almost out of the box in front of the plate, they still aren't able to reach that.
2-time Gatorade Player of the Year is Montana Fouts out of East Carter High School. Here's Alyssa Garcia. And another strike. Garcia has a home run with 6 RBIs in this tournament. She'll be a UCLA Bruin. Got a future Pac-12 SEC matchup here, and Fouts will handle that one. 2 strikeouts and a comebacker, so Montana off to a good start. So are the Beverly Bandits. They'll step into bat when you come back in the 16U Premier National Championship.
You want to know the secret to victory? Fail to make the varsity team.
Start your career as a walk-on. Take a perfect team and blow a perfect season.
Spend 108 years as a lovable loser.
Be on the wrong side of the biggest upset in your sport.
You really want to know the secret to victory?
Heartbreak for Matt Ryan, who is in utter disbelief.
Defeat.
Yeah! Make defeat your fuel.
What makes a Thunderbolt? They pitch faster, hit farther, run quicker, go harder. They bring home championships and build relationships. They never quit and strive to push through any obstacle that may come their way, for themselves, for each other, for their future. Because it's not about the game, it's about the girls. Visit us online to learn more about how you can become a Thunderbolt.
Hashtag what? Hashtag what? Hashtag what? Make some noise!
The Beverly Bandits coming into bat here in the bottom of the first inning of our 16U Premier National Championship game. Here is their starting lineup for Coach Kettlehunt. It'll be Bailey, Steiner, and Mayo, followed by Prangy, Overitis, and Fouts. Then it's Voss, Bays, and Ratliff, and they will be facing Mata Fa'apito.
Fa'apito 1-0 in this tournament. She also really is able to limit her walks. She's given up 7 hits, so she really uses her defense as much as possible, but spins the ball extremely well.
Your defense, Lilio, Paris Chica, Edwards, Smith, Nori, Pylon, Gutierrez with Hansen behind the plate, catching Fa'apito, who's thrown 10 innings so far in this tournament, giving up 14 hits, kind of a high number. And Jamie Bailey will lead off for the Bandits.
Fa'apito just spins it well, as we mentioned. She's got a nice off-speed pitch. So it'll be a little bit of a different look than what Fouts is bringing on the other side.
Just missed off that outside corner. Bailey has 35 at-bats in this tournament, including 10 hits. And the Bandits have it fired up early, trying to get to Fa'apito, who is committed to New Mexico State. And you see that on her sleeve, as if there's any doubt. 3 balls and a strike to Jamie Bailey. Well, the Bandits like to make some noise. Bailey smokes one to third. Nice play by Smith and a strong throw for out number 1. Paige Smith takes a hit away.
Well, these athletes are heads up because this ball is smoked to Bailey. Sorry, to Smith over at third base off the bat of Bailey, and then Smith up and across the diamond for out number 1.
Ball was almost behind her, and she made that snag. Here's Avery Steiner. Runs up and looks at a strike. Steiner's also at 35 bats this weekend with 9 hits. Out of Lakeview High School, she's going to the University of Illinois. She's down in the count, 0-2. Athletics Mercado and the Beverly Bandits here in our 4th and final game, and a chopper right to Nori at short. Couple of ground ball outs here in the bottom of the first.
You know what, that was actually, I think that was pylon. And there was a big shift on it, looked like. Again, you look down for a minute and everybody runs out of position, but look at the 3 fielders on the left side of the field.
So even though that's the traditional shortstop position, that'll be a 4-3 ground out. Eden Mayo. He's had 14 hits and a home run this week. Daughter of Jody and Bub. And we asked all of these girls to give us a self-scouting report, and every one of the Beverly Bandits said that's classified information.
Wow. We'll give it to you.
I think the college football coaches have gotten to the Bandits, limiting the information. Counts 3-0. Big numbers for Mayo this week. And she'll take a 4-pitch walk. That's the game's first base runner.
Fa'apito really not far outside that strike zone. She was missing slightly on that outside corner at the beginning and then trying to hit that inside corner and maybe a half ball off.
Fa'apito ready to face Ashley Prangy, the shortstop. Couple of homers, 11 knocked in this week. That pitch paints the corner for strike 1. First team All-State softball player and a 4.0 plus GPA in the classroom. Not sure you can do much better in either category.
You know what? You see that a lot, especially with, maybe I'm just partial to softball players, but you get it done on the field and you get it done in the classroom, and it's just excellence goes on both sides in all aspects of their life.
Well, you are partial to softball players, but you're also correct.
Yeah, well, thank you.
You see the Bandits are going to collection of players from all around the Midwest, and as I was talking to the coaches before the game, it was Montana Fouts who stopped her warm-up tosses and said it's 8 different states, just to remind me. Smith at third will handle the bouncer from Prangy. A walk, but a runner left. One scoreless inning complete in the 16U Premier National Championship game. Might be a good night to be out there riding the waves as we watch some softball here in Irvine. Athletics Mercado and the Beverly Bandits just settling into the top of the second. Montana Fouts will look at the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, including Kinsey Hansen, the catcher to lead off. Peace, love, and Mercado. These athletic players like to say, even writing it in big, bold letters across their questionnaires for us, including Kinsey, listed as the Flow Softball #1 player in the nation last year and this year. Facing a pretty good hurler in Montana Fouts.
This is going to be an eventual matchup later on. Montana Fouts going to Alabama. Kinsey Hansen, another Oklahoma commit.
Seeing a lot of future Sooners this weekend.
Yeah. You know, Patty Gasso's got to be proud and excited. Couldn't imagine having to wait, 2-3 years to get these athletes on campus.
It's a good point. It's like getting a present about 3 months before Christmas or your birthday. You've got to wait and be patient.
And you wonder if some of these athletes think in their minds, like, I'm going to be facing this pitcher in college. This is a matchup that could be likely in the Women's College World Series,
This
maybe.
could be an Oklahoma City matchup. Hansen, the daughter of Jason and Nicole, throws one to right center field, down for a base hit. The game's first hit belongs to Kinsey Hansen. Little matchup there between Fouts and Hansen.
And Hansen was fouling away that ball outside, and she finally gets a better piece on this one. Look at how well she stays down, and she drives that into right field. And this just falls between Ratliff and Voss out there.
Pitch runner is Shane over at first base. And, of course, they only have about 20 substitutes to choose from. Showing bunt is Gutierrez, Raylene Gutierrez.
Gutierrez showing a very traditional sacrifice bunt. You don't see it as often, especially from the left-handed hitters, that sacrifice bunt where you completely square your body to the pitcher. That is the ultimate giving your at-bat up for the sacrifice and moving your base runner over to second base.
Well, I'd be trying to get a run against Montana Fouts early, too, if I could.
Agreed.
The LSU commit stabs at it, but gets the bunt down to Bailey, and a strong throw to third. Records the first out, but the job is well done because it advances the pinch runner, Shane, into scoring position.
And a beautifully executed sacrifice bunt squares up, covers the entire plate, and then deadens it enough to Bailey to where there is no play at second base. She has to get the out at first, but Shane moves over into scoring position.
We got a fidget spinner in the dugout?
It's a pitching device? Spin? I don't know.
There's Paige Smith. We've seen her make some plays at third base already. 2 for 15 with the bat. She nearly took out her pitcher on deck. Paige Smith, in her freshman year, committed to Ole Miss. Hotty toddy, she says. And you see the Ole Miss in her right sleeve. So this is a future SEC matchup here. Bama and Ole Miss. Just off the corner.
And Ole Miss won the SEC tournament. Had potential to make it to the Women's College World Series. They ended up facing UCLA and nearly took game 1, but I've seen so many of these programs how easily they can just flip and get to the top, and I'm excited for these athletes to get out there and make an impact.
Pitch is in to Smith. Paige would hit a ball to left center, she would easily score. Shane, the pinch runner at second base. I mean, there is a huge gap between left and right center right now. Gap is open for business if you can get around and pull Montana Fouts, and I know that's easier said than done.
That's a lot of trust in your pitcher to hit her spots. Overitis is playing fairly true in left field, if not maybe shaded a little bit to the left field line, but then a big shift by Voss and Ratliff towards the right side. That opens up that left center gap. And that last pitch was inside, so that's asking for something to be pulled to the left side. So you've got to get it far enough inside, which Fouts did.
Count's going full. Here's a payoff, and there's a chopper foul wide at third base. Bandits winners of 9 in a row to get to this game. They were going on adrenaline when we saw the coaching staff late last night after, what, 5 games yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
Another payoff. Hit to left. Overitis will play it back in to keep Shane at third. The ball was hit so hard, it doesn't produce a run. But the A's have runners on the corner.
Quick hands protecting the out, but then reacting to that hard inside pitch. The brakes put on. Thinking score the whole time and then slamming on those brakes.
You didn't hear any squeak from the brake pads, but that was quite a stop. Coach Mercado threw up the late stop sign. And the pitcher, Fastpitch. Stansel will run at first base. Golden opportunity for the A's Mercado to strike first here in the second inning. Perfectly placed pitch just off that outside corner for a swing and a miss. Fastpitch 2 for 10 with the bat and that RBI.
3-4, come on, 3-4.
Stansel will have second base conceded to her. No throw from Bays. Calm and collected as Montana Fouts, but now she's working with runners at second and third, and only one out. Two balls and a strike.
The outfielder's medium depth. Anything fairly deep in the outfield can score that run on a tag.
Here's the squeeze. Fastpitch didn't get it down, and the out is recorded at third base. Shane erased.
And you see the square and a good placed pitch, that throw right on the money. And so what happens here is if you're the runner, if you're Shane, you want to get yourself in a rundown, and that'll allow Stancil to get over to third base, and then you haven't lost that runner off of third.
Yep, and that's what Coach Mercado was saying to her as she went back to the dugout. So a big second out. Chance to end the inning here. Well, that's a helpless feeling for that batter, the coach, the runner when that squeeze goes awry.
Yeah, and that would have been an awfully tough pitch to get your bat on, and you throw your bat out, you do whatever you can, but it is almost a safety situation with that runner on second base because she should be standing on third, and you would still have that runner 60 feet away.
Montana Fouts trying to retire her counterparts. The count has gone full again, so some deep counts here in the second inning. She's trying to work around a pair of base hits. She's been doing a lot of stretching between pitches and flexing her arms back, trying to stay loose.
Maybe a little sore, a little tight. Some fatigue.
Maybe all of the above. Here's a payoff. Into left for a base hit. Here comes the relay to the plate. Scoring is Stancil. And now Fapito on the overthrow will go down to second. And it's 1-0 SoCal A's.
I don't know, drills this ball again, quick hands out to Overitis and left, and I don't know, you gotta let this ball go through and give it a shot. You know, maybe it's a little bit off target, but you cut that ball, you have no shot. But instead, an overthrow at home.
Amanda, that surprised me because I thought as hard as that ball was hit, you were going to see the ball come through. And when it was cut off, it was a really tough play. And then an error as well on Prangy that allowed Fapito to go to second base, where she'll be pinch run for by Robinson. There's Fouts stretching and even between each and every pitch trying to keep that shoulder and arm loose. She's given up 3 singles this inning. Here's Kayla Edwards. Just off the corner. Talk about these young ladies, how impressive that they are. Kayla Edwards is going to go to West Point, the U.S. Military Academy. Following her sister, who did the same thing. There's a chopper towards second. Tough backhand by Steiner. Good play at first. The future cadet retired. Montana Fouts gives up a run. So the Athletics Mercado on the board first. On the base hit from Fapito. Play to the pinch runner, Stancil. It's a 1-0 lead for the SoCal A's.
No matter the age of the girls I train, you can always tell the ones that may go far. It's in their eyes. It's in their focus. They know it doesn't need to be pretty or perfect. Growth will come. You can see when they own that. When they decide that getting better is more important than their fear of failing. That's when their game changes. That's when everything changes. That's when these girls become unstoppable.
A building is only as strong as the foundation it's built upon. That's why family-owned Morris Shea has been providing deep foundation and earth retention systems throughout the United States and the Caribbean since 1969. From heavy industrial projects to bridges, schools, sports stadiums, and government buildings, we have the technical expertise to handle even the most geologically and environmentally challenging sites. Because at Morris Shea, we know there's nothing more important than a strong foundation. Visit us at morrisshea.com to see how we can help support your next project.
Everyone has insecurities, and it really is about what you choose to do with them. Insecurities don't have to define you, but they can create a story for you. There's a positive way to be fulfilled through female athletics. If I could do one thing, it would just be to give someone the inspiration, be able to be more than they ever thought they could be.
Amanda, what a treat to see the best of the best.
Yeah, this East versus West last weekend capped off that 5-game day with this All-Star game, this All-American game. It's become quite the event for PGF, the best of the best, really from across the nation, who are headed out to college this upcoming season. And we're seeing a lot of athletes on the field now committed to these top-level schools. The athletes we saw in that All-American game, they're going to go in immediately, if not already
You're
there,
right.
and we're going to see them most likely on TV in the very near future.
Morgan Overitis, the left fielder, looks to strike one from Fastpitch. See that batting average, that's 16 base hits, 7 runs for Morgan. Bandits trying to get that run back. Morgan will be a University of Michigan Wolverine.
And for as much action as it felt like was in that last half inning, I think the Bandits got out of a pretty huge situation, only having given up that 1 run. It feels like it really could have been multiple more.
Good pitch, strike 2. It was Fastpitch who knocked it in. Now she's back in the circle. Trying to shut down these Bandits. Gloria Short will make the play. That's 4 ground ball outs recorded by Fastpitch.
I think this is what Fastpitch was talking about. She just locates the ball really well. She spins it. She uses her teammates very well. Rolls up a lot of ground outs.
So now the matchup of pitchers again as Fouts steps in. Fastpitch got to Fouts for an RBI hit. Now Montana has her crack. She's gone deep 3 times in this tournament. Fastpitch keeping that one away from her.
Hey, let's make it swing it, huh? Here we go.
Pulled the string.
It's a nasty pitch. Looks just like her drop ball. That's why it's so deceiving.
Outside, 3-1. Fouts with a healthy cut. She was looking for a 4th home run on that swing. Here's the payoff. Strike 3 called. Fouts was on her way to first. Fastpitch gets her first strikeout.
Fastpitch finds that outside part of the strike zone. And Hansen also behind the plate. Good job of making it look like it's even more over the plate than it was.
I would agree.
Because that could easily have been taken out of the strike zone if it was caught differently.
Let's see, Voss fouls one away. She's another future Michigan Wolverine. Fouts maybe a little bit upset she didn't get the walk, so the conversation quickly turns into getting her ready to get back in that circle. This one has extra bases written all over it, off the base of the fence from Voss. Throw to second makes it close, but that's a 2-out double. Best swing of the day and the first hit for the Bandits.
And really good patience. Good how compact that swing is. She just lets it travel and makes contact, drills it. off the fence in left center field for a double.
Catcher Abby Bays steps in. Couple of RBIs this week. Well placed pitch for strike one. A little bit further off the corner to Bays, the future IPFW softball player, daughter of Chuck and Nell. Those are some batting gloves right there. All pink. Ball punched foul wide at first. There they are. That'll get your attention. Don't let my daughter see those. I'll be on the hook.
Loving the pink, huh?
Swing and a foul.
Bays hanging tight. That pitch just a couple of inches off the ground. But with 2 strikes, you can never be too careful.
Nobody's holding the home. Evans just going to roll into left field. And scoring is Voss. The shortstop spot was wide open. And Bays just dribbled one into the vacated hole and gets an RBI.
Well, I think Nori saw this off-speed pitch, but look at she's going for a pickoff. It looks like possibly at second base. Shortstop position is entirely vacant. It was so interesting. It just looked like a breakdown in communication of some sort, maybe a missed sign or not something you typically see.
That was a strange play.
Both Pylon and Nori were kind of hanging close to second base.
Lauren Babuski on the pinch run at first base for the catcher. That one served to left for a base hit by Ratliff. So that misplay, if you will, not only produced a run, now there's a couple of runners on. The lineup turned over for Bailey. Babowski at second base, Ratliff at first. Here's Bailey. He bounced out to third. A chopper to short. There may have been a little bit of contact. And I believe the runner's going to be out. Babowski deflected into the glove of Nori, and that'll end the inning. But they get a run. We're at a 1-1 game through 2. What a beautiful sunset here in California, SoCal. A good day to be at the beach. We're at the ballpark. We've got a good one, a 1-1 game as we go into the third inning of the 16U Premier National Championship game here at PGF. Each team got a run in that second inning. So Presley Pylon, the second baseman, ready to step in from the left side against Fouts. Future LSU Tiger.
Oh, I like that spot from Fouts. She's not afraid to go hard and tight on these lefties with their toes up on that chalk line.
Here's the funny thing. The self-scouting report for Pylon says, pitch me anything, almost daring a pitcher to find different spots. Well, Fouts found a good one for strike one. Bounce to second. Steiner there. And one quick out here in the third inning. Turns the lineup over for Jasmine Perez-Chica. If that name sounds familiar in baseball circles, it should. Her father, Tony, is the third base coach for the Arizona Diamondbacks, who are having a fantastic season. Jasmine's committed to the University of Arizona. At a Palm Desert High School for Jasmine. Mom Natalie and Father Tony have done a pretty good job raising her, because this A's roster is just loaded with players. I mean, they have more than probably any team in the tournament. And I don't know how many times when asked which player inspires you and you expect maybe a collegiate or a professional star, 4, 5, 6 times different A's said Jasmine Perez-Chica.
It's impressive.
There's that busy bench. You got to fight for a seat in the A's dugout. Bunting 2-0, and that's a strike. There's the block A for Arizona next to the A's on the jersey for Jasmine. 9 hits in this tournament, but she struck out back in the first. So from 2-0 to 2-2 now in the count.
Perez-Chica has a lot of speed, and we've seen what that hard dirt can do with the high chop. And Fouts does keep the ball down in the zone, so it's a good little recipe for a slapper just trying to put the ball in the dirt.
Perez-Chica down on strikes. Third K for Montana Fouts.
But then there's the angle of the slapper as well, going against a drop ball or a ball that has a tail down on the outside corner. And with the speed of Fouts, it's tough to catch up with.
Lilio, the second baseman, in. Not a dramatic shift at all. We've seen quite a few shifts over the course of this championship Saturday. Two and 0 the count. She had a cousin, Jane Lee Ignacio, had a nice career at San Diego State. Lilio's committed to Oklahoma. And the 2-0 pitch in there for a strike.
And Lily has a little different approach at the plate. She'll stand off the plate, and then when she runs through the box, if she runs through, she runs at an angle toward the front of that box. See, her heels are almost on the back white chalk line. Scoots up a little bit.
So she trying to serve the ball to the left side?
I think she's trying to angle herself to where she can protect the entire plate and stay in on it as well. So just cutting the angle down on the pitch.
The 3-1, right to short, right to Prangy. Inning over. A's Mercado go 1-2-3 and done. A bounce back inning for Montana Fouts in a 1-1 game.
Premier Girls Fast Pitch, the leader in elite fast pitch softball events worldwide, is now here for all of your equipment and apparel needs. PGF Sporting Goods is based on each individual, using the best equipment to help them achieve their goals, giving every team, coach, and player equal opportunity to get the best name brand pricing. Rawlings, Mizuno, New Balance, DeMarini, Easton, Louisville Slugger, and more. Visit our store in beautiful Huntington Beach, California, next to PGF National Headquarters, or visit us on the web at www.pgfsportinggoods.com. PGF Sporting Goods, because the best athletes need the best of the best equipment.
Good look at the Premier Performance Lab in Huntington Beach, California.
This is definitely an opportunity to get to that next level, that very elite level with this training. We've got some high programs, a lot of professional instructors that have the technology and the tools to really take your game to the next level. You know, we do so much training and hitting the ball and pitching and these lessons that we have, but to really be able to focus in on body movements and creating good fluid movements that can actually help in every aspect of your game is really important.
Foul ball off the bat of Avery Steiner, leading off the bottom of the third inning for the Bandits. Got a lot of resources in that facility. Not far from where we're located today at Manning Stadium in Irvine, in California. That one laced over the top of the dugout up on the berm. Steiner, an Illinois commit, has a count of 2-2.
And Steiner can do it all in the box. She'll slap and swing away.
Down on strikes here, the second K from Fastpitch.
And Fastpitch goes away on this pitch, about a ball and a half off the plate. Look at that foot placement by Steiner. I'm telling you, these slappers are so aggressive going out of the box, and they are very close to home plate.
We've seen it so many times today with the benefit of our crew and some of the replay angles.
No, I completely agree. It would be a very difficult job for an umpire to watch both the pitch location and then also the foot placement.
Eden Mayo watches one a little bit low, and there's some facilities where you'll play on all turf and, you know, the dirt or the chalk doesn't get kicked away, but here after an inning, it's gone. It's hard for those umpires to have any real idea where the inside of that batter's box is.
Yeah, and really your entire foot has to be outside the box. So if you're touching that chalk line and if it's questionable to an umpire whether or not that chalk line should be there, you really can't make the judgment of calling her out of the box if there's no box.
Hard hit on the ground into center for a hit. Eden Mayo continues what has been an impressive tournament, her 15th base hit. That's a big week. Here's Ashley Prangy. Grounded out to third, her only time in. Prangy's going to The Ohio State University, and she did capitalize THE, just in case you didn't get it.
As if there were any other.
2-0.
Yeah, Hansen's working behind the plate. She's trying to get those pitches called. They're not far off. And she's keeping it as tight within her body and over that plate as possible.
Now it's 3 balls to no strike.
A little too far on that one to be able to bring it back in.
Fapito needs a strike. She gets 1, 3 balls and a strike. Ball 4, and the Bandits have a pair of base runners on with just 1 out here in the 3rd inning. Coach Mercado on his way out to the circle. Looks like he wants to make a pitching change right here. Bustamante is the new hurler. So Fapito, after 2 1/3 innings, will turn it over to Shannon Bustamante from Temecula Valley High School. The Bandits are in business here in the 3rd inning.
And again, we're going to see a spin pitcher, not overpowering. But Bustamante hits her spot, spins the pitches, uses her defense. And right now, just trying to change the pace up a little bit against these Bandit hitters. It's a quick pitching change. That was a quick hook. It's only a 1-run game, and Fapito is doing a really nice job, but she can come back into the game. You still have a few pitchers on the bench as well.
Bustamante in 17 innings has given up 2 earned runs in the tournament. That's an ERA less than a run. Inherits a pair of base runners and throws the first pitch strike to Morgan Overitis. Snap throw down to second. Close, safe is Mayo. And Hansen just about had to pick off. Let's see this one again.
This is close.
I think she got to the back corner of the base.
Oh, man, but that throw so on target.
Ooh, I don't know.
Ooh, hand and helmet at the same time.
Strike called. Boy, Hansen working behind the plate and almost got a pick off at second. And Bustamante sees the count go to 2-2. Her inspiration, Sheridan Hawkins, spin pitcher. One of the nicest people she says she's ever met for the Loyola Marymount commit. But Bustamante sends the count full at 3-2. Mayo at second, Prangy at first. Now they're loaded after a walk to Overitis. Hansen will pay a mound visit herself after 1 batter faced for Bustamante before Montana Fouts will bat. And when Fouts came up the last time, we pointed out that she did not have a lot of hits offensively this tournament, but, and this is a big one, she's hit 3 balls that have landed on the other side of the fence.
That's a big number for this tournament. There are some really good pitchers that she's faced throughout this entire week, and to be able to put 3 over the fence.
She thought she walked back in the second, rung up on strikes instead, and now batting with the bases juiced. Heart rate maybe going a little bit faster for Bustamante. Big cut. And
Bustamante not phased, going right through the strike zone. This waist-high pitch Fouts takes a hack at.
Little flare into center, base hit. Everybody moves up 60 feet, and the Bandits have taken their first lead of the game. So Fouts gets the RBI single.
When this ball not hit very hard, it's off the end of the bat of Fouts. But it actually works out perfectly for the Bandits because outfielders are played middle to a deep depth. And that falls just on the edge of the dirt for an RBI.
Gracie Vulgaris will pinch run at first for Fouts, telling her teammates what to expect from the new pitcher Bustamante. She makes her way back to the dugout and gets a hug. And Lexi Voss, who doubled to the fence just an inning ago, takes strike one with the bases loaded. Any break that Montana Fouts can get is well earned, I'm sure. Bases full of Bandits and a run in.
And still with one out, a big opportunity here to really break things open.
Lexi's knocked in 6 runs in this tournament. 3 teammates out there on the bases. Foul by a few feet. So Voss doubled back in the second. Behind in the count here, 1-2 to Bustamante. Chance for a sac fly. Prangy comes down the line and the Bandits lead 3-1. Voss gets the RBI. Three unanswered for the Bandits.
That's a good piece of situational hitting to know to get underneath the ball and hit it deep into the outfield.
Abby Bays, the hitter. Daughter of Chuck and Nell. So thankful to her parents who work so hard to give her everything they can to be successful on the field as she takes a strike. This has been a long summer, I know, for these teams that travel all around the country. It is so for the parents as well that are footing the bill and trying to live the dream along with their daughters. Foul territory and caught, and the inning ends. But the Bandits get a pair of runs and also lead 2 through 3 innings. It's now the Bandits up by a score of 3-1. Bandits lead the Athletics Mercado 3-1 as we go to the 4th inning. We're joined by the Bandits coach, Eddie Kettlehut. And coach, your team really put the bat to the ball in the 3rd inning and did a nice job.
Yeah, we've been starting to get more aggressive at the plate as the last 9 games we've been playing. We want to come out aggressive early, and it seems like it's successful so far.
And Montana Fouts in the circle has really been holding down the fort. She was scoreless in the first. A little bit of a window open the second, but it shut it right back down in the third. What do you think about her performance?
I think she's doing a great job when she keeps the ball spinning. I think we got a little bit flat there in that inning, and then once she found it, I think that's when we started to get more swings and misses.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
He's in full game mode.
I think both coaches are. We haven't talked to Dave Mercado yet, but this is a tight game, and we knew this was going to be like this.
Bandits 3 runs on 5 hits, so run on 3 hits for the SoCal A's Mercado. And Montana Fouts will face the heart of the lineup this inning, 3, 4, and 5. All the handshakes are complete, and Alyssa Garcia ready to step in. from Mater Dei Catholic High School. Chopper up the middle. What a backhand by Steiner, and a throw to first to take away a hit. The future Bruin was robbed by Steiner, going far to her right.
Yeah, Steiner went up distance to get this ball, got it on that long hop, and then had to plant, turn, and throw very quickly. It makes a nice play.
Unfazed after that play, and here's Hansen, the catcher, who singled in the second, but was out. Actually, the pinch runner for her was out on a failed squeeze bunt attempt. Hansen says about her Oklahoma commit, she knew it was where she was supposed to go when she stepped on campus. That's going to stay fair. Was it? No, it went foul just at the last second. Took a quick right turn to keep that from being an easy out. You're looking at the Flow Softball #1 player in the nation this year and last year. Freshman Player of the Year, Sophomore Player of the Year. Eight for 18 in this tournament. Is that a full moon?
It's as full as it's gonna get.
Oh, we're in trouble now. What a beautiful night in SoCal. Two balls and a strike.
Now, there's something about throwing when you're ahead, if you're Fouts and your team just got you the lead and got you a two-run cushion. You go out there, you hammer that strike zone, throw with a little bit of confidence, and now with this night sky, there's just something about throwing in the evening when you're a pitcher. For me, I think for a lot of pitchers, it's just that fresh feeling, and it's the illusion of throwing harder than you actually are.
It's interesting. I hadn't heard that in the sense that I'm sure the lead very beneficial to give Fouts a pick-me-up. We saw her at times maybe slowing down her pace. But if she can get on a little bit of a roll here, she could really settle this game in for the Bandits. Especially if she can retire the dangerous hitter in Hansen. Here's a payoff. This at bat will not be an easy one for either of these two competitors.
What I like about what these athletics are doing is they're fouling away just like that, those outside pitches, but then they're able to react to a hard mid-60s inside pitch, which is not easy to do.
Another 3-2 pitch. Strike three called. Hansen down looking. 4 Ks for Fouts.
But in that same breath, if you're set up for that inside pitch and you can't pull the trigger, you just don't react. And this ball, after getting Hansen leaning on the outside, this pitch is right on the money on the inside part of the plate.
That's 6 straight set down by Fouts. Raylene Gutierrez the batter. Gutierrez, an LSU commit, as you can see on her sleeve, 3.9 GPA. Daughter of Joe and Rita. She has a sister, Lauren. It's going off to Nevada in Reno this year to play softball. So another softball family. Fouts is misfired on the first 3 to Gutierrez. This is our 16U Premier National Championship game for PGF, the 4th and final champion to be crowned today here in Irvine. Never seen an untied shoe bring a crowd to such quiet. It was as if a free throw shooter in a home gym had to go to the line and everybody got quiet. Maybe that shoelace was the reason Fouts missed on 3 in a row, because now she's back in the zone.
Oh, don't we wish it was that easy? Blame it on the shoelace. No, but Fouts didn't miss that last one, the one before that, by much. The first 2 were quite low, but recovered nicely.
Chance for a perfect inning. 1, 2, 3 and done. 7 straight set down by Montana Fouts. To the bottom of the 4th we go. The Bandits up a pair.
This is your calling card. The arc of your swing, the mark of your style, that touch you bring to the game that no one else can. It's got your signature in every little detail. Your specs, your colors, your name, one of a kind. So whether you choose the PXT for unmatched pop or the LXT for a perfect balance of power and feel, you'll stand out when you take the plate.
No matter the age of the girls I train, you can always tell the ones that may go far. It's in their eyes. It's in their focus. They know it doesn't need to be pretty or perfect. Growth will come. You can see when they own that. When they decide that getting better is more important than their fear of failing. That's when their game changes. That's when everything changes. That's when these girls become unstoppable.
You want to know the secret to victory? Fail to make the varsity team.
Start your career as a walk-on. Take a perfect team and blow a perfect season.
Spend 108 years as a lovable loser.
Be on the wrong side of the biggest upset in your sport.
You really want to know the secret to victory?
Heartbreak for Matt Ryan, who is in utter disbelief.
Defeat. Yeah!
Make defeat your fuel.
Bandits lead the ace Mercado 3-1 in the bottom of the 4th. David Mercado, the head coach, joins us. And coach, your team was able to get 3 hits against Fouts in the 2nd. Since then, she's been tough. What do your hitters need to do to have more success against her?
We just got to be a little more disciplined. Make better adjustments. It's taking us a little while. She's a good pitcher, but I have faith we'll get it done.
And Mata Fapito is doing a great job in the circle. Now you've got Bustamante. What do you like about the combo of these 2 pitchers and what they're doing in the circle today?
They complement each other. Our whole staff does. We know they're a good hitting team. One time around for Mata was good. Obviously with the hit and then the walk, it was a good time to change. We just got to do everything a little bit better right now. I think we'll be fine.
Thank you, Coach.
You got it.
David Mercado giving us a few moments as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Macy Ratliff will lead off. She singled in the 2nd. Bustamante back to the circle. Ratliff running and swinging. Time was called by our plate umpire. Was she out of the box or did that ball hit her?
It looked like it changed directions. I'm thinking it hit her, and there's no dramatics, so she had to have been in the box. She starts in the back, so that foot
boy.
again.
If you say so.
Well, they move so quickly, it's hard to tell exactly where they get hit.
That one served to left, but foul by a foot or so.
A little bit of a hesitation, and then that slap, perhaps trying to draw the corners in, faking that bunt.
It's all about the bows. Ratliff is uncommitted. She has a sister that's going to play at Arkansas. There's a roller to the right side. No one home again with the shift. So Ratliff 2 for 2. And a big smile for Macy.
And that's when the shift gets tricky. And when you see that as a hitter, you can try and get around that. You don't have to hit it very far to get it through the infield because obviously nobody's there. So these athletes at this level are so good at manipulating the angle of the barrel. They can take any pitch and pretty much put it where they want.
Turns the lineup over for Jamie Bailey, who's 0 for 2. Shows bunt, missed. Close at first, but safe. Pylon came cutting in behind from her second base position. She's got the eye black all the way down the cheeks. This time a good bunt. Hoping it'll go foul, and it was called foul. Boy, if any portion of that ball is on the chalk, or what should be chalk, that's a hit. It'll look like it was right there into the last possible second.
That was so close, but a great decision to let this ball trickle foul. A little bit of contact made between Gutierrez and Bailey.
But that last revolution to take it out of the zone. Then she sends one to deep center and off the fence. Paris Chica hit the wall hard. And Ratliff goes to third on what'll be a long single by Bailey. Take that bunt. Why not just hit it off the fence instead? Surprised she didn't get to second, though.
Well, I think she had to stop because she almost passed up Ratliff, who was waiting to see if that was going to be caught. So Ratliff hanging, she starts to go back to first, and look at the speed of Bailey there. If she were to kick going, she would have passed up Ratliff. That would have been an out.
Avery Steiner a chance to do some damage. The throw's going to go down to second, but Bailey will tiptoe into the bag with the base. Second and third and nobody out. 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up, and here comes Coach Mercado out to the circle. Amanda, you just feel like this is one of these tipping point potential innings for the SoCal A's. They can escape this threat. They're very much alive, but if they give up 2 or 3 with Montana Fouts in a groove, it's going to be tough.
Well, I think you're right about that point. You don't want to give Fouts any more of a lead. She does a good job of keeping the ball down and in the ballpark, so you're going to have to generate multiple hits. But the Athletics Mercado need to settle in right now and get out of this inning. There are no outs, 2 runners on base.
Bustamante will stay in. She is the second pitcher that has been used by the A's in this game. And you see the runner, second and third for the Beverly Bandits. Based out of Columbus, Ohio, but I say that loosely because it's where they practice every once in a while, but they have players from Arkansas to West Virginia. That one is chopped foul again. So the Bandits trying to go small ball if they can with Steiner, who's 0 for 2.
You know, I like the idea of small ball with runners in scoring position. I think it wreaks havoc on the infield. It forces errors. Infield's pinched in tight. They want to cut down another potential run at the plate.
Good speed out there on the bases. Steiner spoils one to stay alive. Coach Mercado coming out here, and I'm wondering if he's talking about where Steiner's making contact. He's pointing towards the batter's box. And again, as we've pointed out, Amanda, we've talked about this all day long. This is a real tough judgment call for that plate umpire.
It is. We've seen this a ton today. It's been called one time, and that one time it was called. It might have been questionable because we saw a little bit of a chalk line there, but you know, I'm thinking it's getting pretty close. I mean, look at where this foot placement is. That foot is directly in front of home plate. So line or not, you've got to look at the plate and make a judgment based on that as well.
Well, that's hard to see from the third base coach's box. And on that previous shot, if you step on the plate, you're out. She stepped in front of the plate, just barely missing it.
Yeah, watch this one is even more obvious.
Oh. I don't blame Coach Mercado at all. And if Steiner would deliver a hit here, it would be a huge blow for the Bandits.
You know, the problem with calling it now is you feel like it's in reaction to Mercado coming out and having that conversation, and then you're going to draw some emotion out of the other dugout.
Again, that foot was in front of the plate, but she drills one into left center. And it's going to score a pair. And it's a 5-1 game. That foot, Amanda, I swear, was right in front of the dish again, as we've seen on replay. Coach Mercado pointing in front of the plate.
Yeah, I'm okay with questionable calls going one way or the other, but this is definitely no question about where that foot is. Completely out of the box, and this has been multiple times in this at-bat. That has to be called. That leaves no options for the pitcher. I mean, she can go inside, but I would be just as animated having a conversation as well, because that's putting your pitcher and your whole team at a disadvantage. And if you're Bustamante, okay, I'm going to go inside then if you're going to take away that corner. But if I hit her...
She's on the plate.
Well, she's on the plate. That's a strike.
Right. If I could read the lips, Coach Mercado said that wasn't even close.
Well, we'll see it again, and this wasn't the first time that this happened, and so now that outside pitch is a middle inside pitch.
And it plated a pair of runs to make this a 5-1 game, and here's Mayo. She is 15 for 39 in this tournament, so another hit here could tack on another run. Chopper to short. The throw across from Norrie is in time, but Steiner advances 60 feet to third. That's the first out of the inning. So an important extra base for Steiner once Norrie had no choice but to fire to first. She didn't have time to look the runner back deep in the hole. Here's Prangy, the cleanup hitter. Corners cheating in. This will score a run. Deep to right center. Paris Chica the catch, and this is a 6-1 game on the sac fly. Boy, the Bandits were down 1-0 early. Montana Fouts had given up a run. SoCal A's had the early momentum, and the script has flipped, and Coach Mercado not very happy. Pop up behind the plate. It'll be back into the seats off the bat of Overitis. Three runs home this inning. Bandits got a run in the second, 2 in the third. They've scored 3 in the fourth. Even the scoreboard is off. They still have it a 5-1 game, but it is a 6-1 contest. Hammered but caught. Good play by Pylon to bring it down, but a 3-run frame with a little controversy. We go to the fifth. The SoCal A's have some catching up to do. They're down 5. The Beverly Bandits lead the SoCal Athletics 6-1 as we go into the 5th inning of our 16U Premier National Championship game for PGF. You see the great crowd on hand here in Irvine. A's got a run in the 2nd against Montana Fouts. Since that point, she's retired 7 straight, and her team has scored 6 unanswered. Here's Paige Smith. She was responsible for the first Athletics run.
Well, now if you're the Athletics, you really have to try and control the emotions that are running high right now. A lot of controversy in that last half inning, so you got to get to work on offense and not worry about what you can't control and just move forward with your at-bats and what you can control.
Fouts has missed on the first 2 here in the 5th inning. Athletics need base runner. Three 3-0. The 3 hits the Athletics have recorded all came in that 2nd inning. Well hit balls as well. Hard struck. But a 4-pitch walk to Paige Smith. So if there'll be another pinch runner, certainly there are options in the Mercado dugout. Smith will stay out there. Here's Fastpitch. She knocked in the run in the 2nd, has the RBI for her team. Ball 5 to start the inning. Fouts trying to recalibrate a bit. There's the strike.
That's the thing when you're Fouts and your team puts up a 3 spot followed prior to a 2 and a 1. You've got 6 runs, a 5-run lead. Just go out there and throw that ball right through the heart of the plate. They're not going to catch up in this game with a ball hit over the fence. Not that that's what you're going for, but give your team an opportunity to get you out.
Agreed. Just be around that zone, pump strikes. Fouled away. Fouts still looking for that first out here in the 5th. Fastpitch hanging tough. Montana Fouts working into her 48th inning this week. Looking for a first out in the 5th. Fastpitch has other ideas.
Yeah, I like the challenge up. It doesn't look like Fouts is trying to be too particular on her locations, which, you know what, she might be a little tired. She's thrown a lot of innings. It's been a long week. So at this point, you're relying on whatever strength you have left in your legs and flexibility in your arm to just put that ball in the strike zone.
Wave and a miss. Strikeout number 5 for Fouts. Here's a look back at her first 4 Ks in this game.
And a couple to lead off this game. Paris Chica, Lilio, and then another in the third. So she's sprinkled them throughout this game. Added one more here in the 5th.
Kayla Edwards in. And she'll look at strike 1. Quickly, 0-2.
You could just see the break on that curveball by the way that Bayes behind the plate catches it. It's not easy to frame and to secure that pitch.
Future cadet at the military academy swings, almost took that one out of the glove of Bayes. Her sister Vanessa, we mentioned already, at West Point is the captain of the volleyball team. Or was. Kayla out of Great Oak High School. Down in the count, 0-2. Another K for Fouts. Make it half a dozen. First 5 pitches, Amanda, she missed on this inning, but she's bounced back nicely.
Yeah, as you mentioned, just a little bit of a recalibration. Back to the curveball. Look at the break on the outside corner. A little bit of a tail up as well. Some excitement coming out of the dugout. Throw down a sign. She executes. Strike out. Makes you feel like a genius.
Group accomplishment.
If you're the coach, it definitely is.
Pylon, the batter. Another strike. Presley bounced out to second, her only at bat. That was in the 3rd inning. Trying to turn this lineup over for the Athletics here in the 5th. And Montana Fouts, after a leadoff walk, is a strike away from K'ing the side. Seven strikeouts from Montana Fouts. And through 4.5 innings, it's been all Beverly Bandits. They lead the Athletics Mercado 6-1.
You want to know the secret to victory? Fail to make the varsity team.
Start your career as a walk-on. Take a perfect team and blow a perfect season.
Spend 108 years as a lovable loser.
Be on the wrong side of the biggest upset in your sport.
You really want to know the secret to victory?
Heartbreak for Matt Ryan, who is in utter disbelief.
Defeat.
Make defeat your fuel.
What makes a Thunderbolt? They pitch faster, hit farther, run quicker, go harder. They bring home championships and build relationships. They never quit and strive to push through any obstacle that may come their way, for themselves, for each other, for their future. Because it's not about the game, it's about the girls. Visit us online to learn more about how you can become a Thunderbolt.
Beverly Bandits with a 6-1 lead over Athletics Mercado as we go to the bottom of the 5th. And Dan Hay, the CEO of PGF, joins us up here in the booth. This has been a celebration of softball the last couple of weeks. So much hard work with your staff has gone into this tournament, but you're just about at the finish line with a couple of great games today.
Yeah, we're just about ready to cap the end of our 8th year. So we're very proud of our accomplishments, and we're very excited and we're tired.
I'm sure it has to be a thrill the way this tournament has continued to grow and to watch its evolution from year to year.
It's been a phenomenal experience. We started out 8 years ago with, I believe, 100 teams, and we're now up to 450. We had 2 age groups. We're now up to 8 different age groups and 8 divisions. So it's been a pretty exciting trip, to be honest with you.
And I think what's also grown are the festivities that surround this event and how much fun it is for these athletes and their families to come out and really gain the entire experience, starting with the opening ceremonies.
Montana Fouts, she does everything. She had an RBI hit earlier, just doubles to the wall in addition to what she has done in the circle. Dan, we've been playing a lot of the video from the opening ceremonies, and it looks like everybody had a great time.
They have a phenomenal time. We have a party in the park. It's not the traditional opening ceremonies. With Jenny Finch and Jake Miller, and usually we have boy bands. I mean, there's the crowd. It was just a fantastic time, and it's just a good environment for the family to come out. The parents sit back up on the top hill in their lounge chairs and just look down at their kids having a ball.
Dan, you seriously need to find a place that has better weather, though. You need to do something about that, because it isn't quite perfect enough here in Southern California.
You know, from a serious note, we've been asked that quite a few times over the years. Why don't you go east, then come west, then go east, and rotate it back and forth? And to be honest with you, there's no place that has weather like this at the end of July, 1st of August. I asked them flat out, I said, if you can name me someplace that isn't 100 degrees with 110% humidity at the end of July, 1st of August in this country, then tell me and we'll look at it. But nobody has an answer to that.
Well said. Great weather. And in this crowd tonight, in this facility, I mean, it's been top-notch.
Well, Irvine comes through for us every year, and we host this in Huntington Beach, Fountain Valley, and Irvine. And as you can see, our opening ceremonies was in Huntington Beach, and we cap it off here in the city of Irvine. The municipalities here in Orange County have been a big support for us, and we can't thank them enough.
2 balls and a strike to Lexi Voss. She sends one back to the screen. Again, Dan Hay, the CEO of PGF, joining us up in the booth during the 16U Premier National Championship game. A good look at Montana Fouts. She has been impressive tonight.
She's an animal. We watched her pitch a little bit yesterday in the games leading up to this championship game, and she is just a horse. She can throw, and she can hit, and she can do everything.
Paris Chica retires Voss, and there's one gone. So, Dan, how does PGF continue to grow and expand as you look forward in the next year or two?
You know, we're just going to keep doing what we do. You know, we know what we do best, and we really don't get involved with all the rhetoric that's coming in from the side, each sides of us. We just have got it. We know we have a good product. We continue working at that product to make it better. Our main goal is to make sure these parents and these kids and these coaches have the best experience in their life when it comes to their youth softball.
I have to believe the most rewarding part of your job is when you hear from the parents of the kids on their way out after these tournaments.
No doubt about it. They're gracious. They're thanking us. Most of them that we're talking about maybe hosting it someplace else get off the airplane and kiss the ground because it's nice and cool and that ocean breeze is hitting them, and it's 75 degrees. So they just love it here. They really do.
Ball then a strike to Bays. And now it's 1-2 as Bustamante continues to work in the circle. It's the Premier Girls Fastpitch 16U National Championship game. We've crowned 3 national champions already here today in Irvine.
Well, in our conversation, the Athletics have put in Lexi Sosa now in the circle. So again, switching it up. But it's exciting to see how softball is spread across the country now, and the teams are coming, and they want to come out here. They want to compete. They're seeing the best softball. But they're in these national championship games as well. I mean, we saw teams from Birmingham, Texas, and now Chicago area, Ohio. I mean, how do you see that it's spreading the wealth across the country?
Years ago, it was primarily a Southern California dominated tournament in the championship games for the first 2 or 3 years. And today, between last week and this week,
and Bays will roll one up the middle to make this a 7-1 game.
Between last week and this week, we've had 8 national championships, and if the Beverly Bandits hang on here, 7 out of the 8 were won by outside teams from other states and other parts of the country.
That really shows not only the growth, but the interest in other parts of the country and the willingness to come here and take on those Southern California teams.
Absolutely. And I think PGF has had a lot to do with that mindset, the change of the mindset that only the good teams come from Southern California. Obviously, we've got great athletes here and great teams in Southern California, but there's a parity now in the United States that they've obviously shown that they've caught up with us.
You mentioned about adding teams at the lower levels and expanding, not so much the premiers, but certainly some of the lower levels. And could you envision a scenario where maybe you have teams from 40, 45 states in future years that'll find their way here for a tournament?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it just depends on how popular softball is in any individual state. And all the states have got softball, but there's some states in the Midwest and in the Northeast that just don't play very high-level ball. So it gets a little sporadic at times in different parts of the country. But I'd say 75% of the country right now are playing at a top level and have top coaches and top players coming from their area.
Well, and we're here for obviously the best softball around, but I love that you've brought in a bigger cause in the John Wayne Cancer Institute and the very near and dear program to your heart and that relationship with them, and talk a little bit about what PGF has been able to do with them.
We've raised over $250,000 in the last 6 years that we've donated to the John Wayne Cancer Institute, primarily for the Breast Cancer Research Fund, but it goes for all different cancer causes. And I just want to bring up, we've got a young lady who I just got a picture probably not more than 30 minutes ago, Taylor Dawkins, the Gatorade Player of the Year, one of our PGF kids, has got serious life-threatening liver cancer and has had a few operations and pitched in our All-American game. And she's in pretty bad shape right now in a hospital in over at Kaiser. I'm not sure what cities it in. So our prayers are with her, and the John Wayne Cancer Institute is very supportive of her too also. So,
well, hats off to PGF as well for what you've done with the John Wayne Cancer Institute and certainly raising awareness and money. There's a chopper to short, should end the inning, and will. So, Dan, thanks for a great tournament again.
Thank you very much.
Bandits at a run. They have a 7-1 lead through 5 innings. Seven runs on 11 hits for the Beverly Bandits. The Athletics Mercado will run on 3 hits. All 3 of those hits came in the second against Montana Fouts. Since then, they've had 1 base runner. That was a walk. But now it's the top of the lineup, Paris Chica, Lilio, and Garcia, to see if they can chip away and get back in this game. Paris Chica struck out both times in. And Fouts pumps in another strike to begin the 6th.
Well, now we're in the 3rd round of at-bats for Paris Chica and the rest of the Athletics lineup, so it's about adjustments. They've seen Fouts this entire game.
She feels like, or it seems like, she's getting stronger as this game progresses.
I agree. That's what a 6-run lead will do for you.
Looks into the dugout for a sign, checks that wrist guard with all kinds of numbers on it. Paris Chica able to spoil it and stay alive.
Come on, T. Hey, move through the ball, T. Come on now.
Montana Fouts committed to Alabama.
Work through it.
Amanda and I saw her take a perfect game try into the 7th inning at a championship contest earlier this year in Austin. Working into the 6th inning in this game. Just hit Paris Chica, who was down 0-2. Plunked by that one. Uh-oh. Plate umpire is going to call her back. You see the ball hit the foot. The plate umpire is going to get the other 3 involved in a conversation. It clearly hit her foot. The question is, was her foot out of the box?
And I think the conversation might even be whether or not it did in fact hit her foot. I don't know if it's...
It clearly did.
Yeah, it clearly hit her foot. But I think that's more of what the question was, not the foot out of the box. That would have been a call for some heightened emotions.
So a leadoff base runner for the Athletics. Here's Lilio. Showing bunt, taking a ball. Is that a swing? Pretty close. See if the Bandits appeal. My book, that was a swing.
You want to see the side angle? There you go.
You tell me that's not a swing.
Oh, that's about as... Oh.
That's a swing. And I got the worst view in the house behind that pole. But if you wait sometimes to appeal it, I don't know if you get the call. You have to point immediately. You have to be emphatic.
You have to sell it.
Chop it a short, long throw across the diamond. Good play by Prangy. Paris Chica to second, but there's one out. Pretty nice throw from the shortstop.
Yeah, I like how Prangy knew where her out was going to be at. She might have had a play over at second base, but she doesn't take the chance. She just goes ahead and gets the shore out at first base, knowing that her team has a 6-run lead.
Here's Alyssa Garcia, the 3-hole hitter. A couple of ground outs tonight. Kinsey Hansen, the dangerous cleanup hitters on deck. So if Garcia gets on, she could really kickstart potential big frame for the Athletics. Future Bruin with a count of a ball and a strike. Garcia's dad played minor league baseball in the Mariners organization. I think she's not a hitter. Two ball players that inspire her aren't softball players, Ken Griffey Jr. and Buster Posey. She likes Griffey's swing, sweet and effortless, and Buster Posey, how quiet his bat is.
The fact that she knows Griffey's swing just shows she's a fan.
Little Mariner influence there, the 2-1.
Maybe she studied some video.
Father Tony, Mom Jackie. She said last year the PGF championship gave her chills, reminded her how much she loves this game. She might not be loving it as much tonight, but a base hit would help. Strikeout number 8 for Fouts, and there's 2 gone.
Four of Fouts' strikeouts have come in the last 2 innings. As you mentioned earlier, Brett, she just seems to continue to get stronger.
Even the base runner, Paris Chica, hit by a pitch. Remember, it was 0-2 in that sequence. Here's Hansen. She has one of the 4 hits for the Athletics. Also struck out looking her last time in when Fouts locked her up on an inside corner pitch. Good scoop by Bays behind the plate. She's been working in tandem with Fouts tonight. Two outs here in the 6th. Hayes didn't catch that one cleanly, but she gets the strike.
You're going to find mumbles from the crowd when that ball's not caught cleanly and it's called a strike.
Fouts has given up 4 hits. She herself has 2 with the bat. Still trying to stay loose after a long week, entering her 49th inning, trying to complete her 49th inning. Didn't get the chase from Hansen. The outstanding catcher, future Sooner. Time beginning to run short for the Athletics Mercado. No swing. Hansen able to hold back. The count has gone full. Ball 4, and Hansen will continue the inning. So a couple of base runners.
And a nice long at bat by Hansen. I like the discipline at the plate. Really, for the Athletics, it's multiple runners on base, multiple hits strung together. It's almost they got to get to Fouts in the circle. Not just get a couple of hits, but really get to her. And it's going to take a lot, but it's going to start with a couple of base runners.
Raylene Gutierrez will bat. Shane on to pinch run for Hansen at first base again. So a hit batter and a walk this inning. Bandits have run off 7 unanswered. The Athletics trying to change that. Two on, 2 out. 6th inning. 16U Premier National Championship game for PGF. Fout's able to paint the corner.
What impresses me most about Fout's performance in the circle is we haven't seen much off speed. And I think at this level, a lot of times speed is caught up with, so you have to change speeds, but she's done a good job of changing planes and hitting corners where the off-speed pitch hasn't been a necessity.
It's a great point. Chop it to first. Inning over. She's completed her 49th inning. And the Bandits maintain a 7-1 advantage.
No matter the age of the girls I train, you can always tell the ones that may go far. It's in their eyes. It's in their focus. They know it doesn't need to be pretty or perfect. Growth will come. You can see when they own that. When they decide that getting better is more important than their fear of failing. That's when their game changes. That's when everything changes. That's when these girls become unstoppable.
A building is only as strong as the foundation it's built upon. That's why family-owned Morris Shea has been providing deep foundation and earth retention systems throughout the United States and the Caribbean since 1969. From heavy industrial projects to bridges, schools, sports stadiums, and government buildings, we have the technical expertise to handle even the most geologically and environmentally challenging sites. Because at Morris Shea, we know there's nothing more important than a strong foundation. Visit us at morrisshea.com to see how we can help support your next project.
Everyone has insecurities, and it really is about what you choose to do with them. Insecurities don't have to define you, but they can create a story for you. There's a positive way to be fulfilled through female athletics. If I could do one thing, it would just be to give someone the inspiration, be able to be more than they ever thought they could be.
We go to the bottom of the sixth in our 16U Premier National Championship game. You see the Bandits with a 7-1 lead. Lexi Sosa back out for a second inning of relief in the circle. Future Bruin, she snuck in on us during our interview last inning from Mater Dei. Jamie Bailey, the leadoff hitter, in. The Bandits didn't score in the first. They have run off 4 straight innings where they've scored, including a couple of multi-run pranks. One and one to Bailey. Look at Sosa. Says her best pitch is a rise ball, but she likes to work the corner. Another one, hard hit from Bailey to the fence. And this will be a double. And a ringing one at that.
Look at Bailey, how she's so nice and compact in the box. Not a lot of movement, just hands straight to the ball. That's how she's able to catch up with this quick pitching.
2 runs this inning would win it for the Bandits, so a leadoff double. Smash to third under the glove of Smith. Bailey will stop at third with nobody out, and there's runners on the corners. That's 12 hits tonight for the Bandits. And those 2 runners out there, if they both score, it would be a national championship clinching inning for the team that is comprised players from 8 different states throughout the Midwest. Here's Mayo. She's the 3-hole hitter. Sosa needs some outs. That throw goes into center. So Bailey will score. Steiner, who is trying to get in the rundown, will go to second base.
I think that throw down was meant to fool Steiner over there at first base going, but instead it fooled the fielders, and Hits the glove, goes out to center field for another run scored.
So the 3, 4, and 5 hitters now due up. 1 run would win it for the Bandits. Their coaching staff said they've really started to swing the bats better as they've gone along, playing 9 games in the last 2 days, 5 games yesterday. Their loss earlier came to a Renegades team 2-0 that they turned around and defeated 2-0 yesterday to eliminate in this long process. They played yesterday. They got to the fields at 6:45 and they finished about 8 o'clock at night. So 1 game today feels like what a break.
That's when you just dig deep and you leave it all out there on the field. For both of these teams, it's been a real gutsy tournament. Real heart fought for both the Athletics Mercado and the Bandits.
Mayo will foul one out of play. Babowski running at second base for Steiner. Representing the clinching run. Ball 3. Hitters count. This one will drop foul. So the count has gone full to Mayo, who has picked up 15 hits in this tournament. Can you imagine capping off a walk-off with your 16th hit of the week to win a national championship?
It's a lot of hits, but none more important than this one could be right here.
It's going to be an out, 4-3. Babowski, though, 60 feet away at third base for the cleanup hitter, Prangy. Prangy has scored a run and also had a sacrifice fly to center back in that 3-run 4th inning. Infield playing in. And a strike is called. A run here would keep Montana Fouts from maybe having to pitch her 50th inning. Stuck at 49.
You can't let your mind go there. You want to. To keep the eye on the prize and assume you're going to go out and throw 3 more outs in that 7th inning.
The energy's wasted on the young. 2 balls and a strike. Special thanks to all the PGF staff that has made these last 2 weeks so special for so many of these young ladies. And our telecast as well. You've been the one constant. You could have carried it out through the 2 weeks.
I feel like I've been in it for 2 straight weeks. I wish I was on the field playing. But I've had the opportunity to watch some fantastic softball.
Hitters count for Prangy. This ball's gonna go, and it's gonna win a national championship. A walk-off bomb from Prangy. And the Beverly Bandits are the 16U Premier Champs. What a way to win a game. Amanda down 1-0 going to the bottom of the 2nd. They win it 10-1.
Oh, they had to dig deep, and this just puts the nail in it for the Bandits in this whole tournament to end it on a walk-off home run. Prangy over the center field fence. Take a look at the depth and the distance on this hit. Out towards the scoreboard, no question about it. needed 1 run, got 2. And the Bandits take home that championship with a 10-1 lead, or a 10-1 win over the Athletics Mercado.
I believe that's father and daughter right there, the Foutses. What a job by Montana Fouts, lost in this 10-run onslaught on 13 hits for the Bandits was the job she did in the circle.
On her team really did rally around her, getting those 13 hits, only giving up 4 to a very tough Athletics Mercado team, one that runs deep in this tournament. They've had championships up and down, always show up solid in the last part of the season here, and this year it goes to the Beverly Bandits. Congratulations for coming the distance and going the distance in this tournament.
The celebration begins for the Beverly Bandits. They will sing along as well. They needed 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th. They get 3. The home run from Frangie wins it. There's Montana Fouts really stealing the show again. We've seen her twice. She's been outstanding play.
And it's been such a fun 2 weeks of softball here, and capped it off with this fantastic game here. Athletics Mercado showing up strong all week long, but it goes to the Beverly Bandits, the 16U Premier National Champions.
Congratulations to the Beverly Bandits, 10-1 winners. And thanks to the entire PGF staff for what they've done. Hope you've enjoyed our telecast over these last couple of weeks. For Darren Sutton, Amanda Freed, I'm Brett Dolan, thanking you for watching. The Beverly Bandits are national champs. Hope you've enjoyed our 2 weeks in our celebration of softball.